All right. All right, I think we're ready here. Shalom, everyone. Shalom. I'm Brother Doug with my brother Dennis and sister Shoshana and my mom, sister Sharon. So we're going to be going into, and I think I finally fixed the audio problem. So I think I figured out what was going on there, why the audio really sucked. So we're going to be going into our weekly Torah portions, Numbers 1 to 4. All right. I would like to see if that fixed the seems like it fixed the audio issues there. So all right, so we're going to be going to Numbers 1 to 4. Please bear with me, guys. I want to get my get the word software up here because it is really beneficial for studies like these. Yeah, something happened there. I don't know what that's all about, all that nonsense. Okay, for some reason we got two of these open. Don't know why that is. All right, here we go. So let's go to compare list. I'll show you guys. You guys have word software on your computers. This is really good to pay attention to what I'm doing here. So basically, to do parallel view, you go to compare. Hit that, select text to compare, LXXE, Samaritan Pentateuch, and where are you, Unkelos? Where are you, buddy? Targum Unkelos. All right, so three-way parallel. All right, so we're going to look at Numbers, chapter 1 to chapter 4. Numbers 1, verse 1. Yahuwah commands Moshe to number the people. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe in the wilderness of Sinai in the tabernacle of witness on the first day of the second month in the second year of their departure from the land of Mitzrayim, saying, take the sum of all the congregation of Yasharal according to their kindreds, according to the house of their fathers' families, according to their number by their names, according to their heads, every male. Okay, pretty much the same there. Moving on. Verse 3, from 20 years old and upwards, everyone that goes forth from the forces of Yasharal, taking account of them with their strength, you and Aaron take account of. What's interesting here is our government should not be sending people to war at 18 years old. Just saying. Just saying. You're sending people to war when they're
still children.
Technically, according to Yahuwah, they're not old enough yet to fully understand the dangers of war. Okay? Just saying. All right, moving on. Verse 4, and with you there shall be each one of the rulers according to the tribe of each. They shall be according to the houses of their families. Okay, so now we're going to deal with the leaders of the tribes, the princes of the tribes. And these men are the names of men who shall be present with you of the tribe of Reuben, Eliezer, the son of Siddur. Okay, so now it's listing each leader of the 12 tribes. So of Simeon, Salamiel, the son of Suri Shaddai. Interesting, Shaddai's in his name. Of Yehuda, Nasan, the son of Aminadab. Of Issachar, Nathaniel, son of Sugar. Of Zabulon, Eliab, the son of Shelon or Helon, because it seems like Shah probably was not in the, or the C would not be originally in the Hebrew from what I'm looking at here. The Samaritan Pentateuch has Helon. So looks like the ch sound was later on. Of the sons of Yosef of Ephraim, Eliasama, son of Amihud or Mihud. Of Manasseh, Gamliel, the son of Padasur. What's interesting is we have Gamliel later on, so I wonder what tribe Gamliel, the teacher of Paul, when Paul was a Pharisee. I wonder what tribe Gamaliel would have been of. I would assume Benjamin, but you never know. And speaking of Benjamin, verse 11 here, of Benjamin, Abidan, son of Gedoni. Of Dan, so now we're going to the tribe of Dan, Ahiezer, son of Ammishaddai. Interesting. Of Asher, Pagiel, son of Ekron. Of Gad, Eliasaph, son of Raguel. Of Naphtali, Akire, son of Anan. These were famous men of the congregation, heads of the tribes according to their families. These are heads of the thousands in Yashar'al. Okay, the number of every tribe. And Moshe and Aaron took these men who were called by name. All right, and verse 18, they assembled all the congregation on the first day of the month, aka the new moon, in the second year, and they registered them after their lineage, after their families, after the number of their names, from 20 years old and upwards, every male according to their number. As Yahuwah commanded Moshe, so they were numbered in the wilderness of Sinai. Okay, moving on to verse 20 here. And the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Yashra'el, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their heads, were all males from 20 years old and upwards, everyone that went out with the army or went forth to war. Okay, the numbering of them of the tribe of Reuben was 46,400. Okay, for the children of Simeon, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, all names from 20 years old and upward, everyone that goes out with the army. The numbering of them of the tribe of Simeon was 59,300. So, man, Simeon was a pretty large tribe. Verse 24, for the sons of Gad, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the numbering of a number of their names, according to their polls, all males from 20 years old and upward, everyone that goes forth with the army. Oh, and I do want to point this out real quick. Notice how it says all males. They do not send women out to war. Hello, Earth to McFly. Israel, what are you doing? Hello. What are you doing? There's no women going out to war. And actually, we're not even on that other commandment at this point, but you'll see another commandment of Yahuwah's later on at some point in the Torah. I think it might be Deuteronomy, where it talks about don't put on the clothes of women to not put on the clothes of men, men to not put on the clothes of women. One meaning of the clothes of men, if you look into the Masoretic Hebrew, I find this interesting. It says warrior clothing. So the clothes of men, it might even specifically talk about is like clothes of war. So women are not supposed to be soldiers. So I just find that interesting. I mean, the other interpretation, obvious interpretation on the surface is that women are not supposed to look like men. Men are not supposed to look like women. So, but anyway, just thought I would point that out. Verse 25, the numbering of them of the tribe of Gad was 45,650. And I know some people are going to say, well, what about, I know like the knee-jerk argument is going to be, well, there was a woman that went out with him to war. And yeah, that is like one instance of that. But as you see, who is not choosing women to go out to war? So I understand the argument. They're going to go to the book of Judges and talk about whatever her name is, that one judge that went out with him to war. But in context, that wasn't Yahuwah's will. He didn't want them to do that. She only did that because the guy was too much of a chicken to go alone. And really, he was being wicked by not going along and asking a woman to come with him to kill Sisera. So anyway. All right, moving on. Verse 26, for the sons of Yehuda, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the house of their families, according to the number of their names, according to all their polls, all males, again, males, from 20 years old and upward, everyone that goes forth with the army. And that's something I noticed too, that it doesn't mention males in that's something I'm gonna have to make a little physical note, Mom, is that the Masoretic text, every time we read about this and each tribe making the numbering of men going out to war, it doesn't say males in the Masoretic. It's almost like they're trying to leave room for women. Yeah. That's weird. So I'm gonna make a little notation about that. So that was verse, I believe, 26. So Numbers 126, we just left off at. Okay. LXX has males. That is omitted by the Masoretic text at least one time in this chapter. I could probably go back. If we really had time, we could probably go back and count how many times it's omitted, but it seems like every time it's talking about the counting of the men. All right, anyway, moving on. Verse 27. The numbering of them of the tribe of Yehuda was 74,600. Okay, so that seems to be the same there. Move on. Verse 28. For the sons of Issachar, according to their kindreds, according to their division, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, all males from 20 years old and upward. Again, all males, 20 years old and upwards, everyone that goes with the army. And again, it seems like we have another omission here. So you got Numbers 128 again, where this happens. And please correct me if I'm wrong, Mom, but does yours say males for verse 28?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yours does. Okay. That's a little weird. So at the end,
all the men.
Really?
20 years old or more.
Okay, so that's another case. The NIV is agreeing with the LXX. Make a little note of that. According to the all right, so according to all males from 20 years old and upward, everyone that goes forth with the army. Verse 29, the numbering of them in the tribe of Issachar was 54,400. For the sons of Zebulun, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, all males from 20 years old and upward, everyone that goes out with the army. Verse 31, which I believe is 29 in the Masoretic, it seems like. The numbering of them of the tribe of Zebulun was 57,400. Okay. Oh, no, I see what it's saying with that parenthesis there. It's saying that it's verse 30. Verse 32 in the Masoretic is verse 30 in the Septuagint. Okay, I see what that's saying. So make a little note of that.
Interesting. I was just looking up when women would have first entered the active services. Amazingly, 1948.
Yeah, so the ancient Israel would have never considered women as soldiers.
No.
No. That did not happen. Yeah. But that's even before feminism, right? That mid-40s?
1948, yeah, it was a little before. Yeah,
like mid-40s, late 40s, I doubt feminism was even a thing back then.
Mainly late 60s to early 70s.
All right.
It really reared its wonderful head.
Yeah. All right. So for the sons of Joseph, verse 32, and the sons of Ephraim, according to all their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, all males from 20 years old and upward, everyone that goes out with the army. The numbering of them of the tribe of Ephraim was 40,500. Now, let me just check. I know other people are probably going to be trying to get in at this point, so let me just double check and make sure. All right, I just got to keep an eye on that. All right, verse 34. For the sons of Manasseh, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, according to all males, again, all males from 20 years old and upward, everyone that goes out with the army. So this is really appalling to me that they're taking out this stuff. This is like the third time that males is omitted from the Masoretic there in verse 34.
And mine starts the paragraph with all the men.
So yeah, unless I'm missing something and they're putting men in the beginning of the verse, which it doesn't look like it, just says children of Manasseh. So you can't really, if they're not worded like the NIV is worded, there the regular Masoretic text is just pretty much generalizing it. So thankfully the NIV actually is siding with the LXX in that matter, because that's a big deal. Verse 35, the numbering of them of the tribe of Manasseh was 32,400. For the sons of Benjamin, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the house of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, everyone that goes forth with the army. The numbering of them of the tribe of Benjamin was 35,400. Okay. Same there, verse 38. For the sons of Dan, according to their kindreds, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, all males. And again, this is the problem I have. There's no mention of males, so it's making you think they're counting men and women, and this is the problem I have. This is the pet peeve I have with the Masoretic text here. And to me, it doesn't make any sense, because according to their own Masoretic text, women are not supposed to put on war clothing. So if women are not supposed to go out to war, why are you omitting the phrase males? The phrase males in that context, that it's like contradicting yourself. It doesn't even make any sense. Verse 39, the numbering of them of the tribe of Dan was 62,700. Okay. 62,700. That seems to be the same. Moving on, verse 40. And the sons of Asher, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, everyone that goes with the army. The numbering of them of the tribe of Asher was 41,500. Yeah, so again, so it seems like the numberings at least match up, that there's no differences there. Verse 42, for the sons of Naphtali, according to their kindreds, according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families, according to the number of their names, according to their polls, every male. And again, this is my pet peeve. Like, there's no way they're making a mistake this many times. Okay, this is definitely on purpose. Okay, this is 5 times already. This is ridiculous. It should say every male in verse 42 of Numbers 1. Why they're taking that out, don't understand that. So anyway, it says every male from 20 years old upward, everyone that goes forth with the army. Okay, moving on to verse 43. The numbering of them in the tribe of Naphtali was 53,400. This is the numbering which Moshe and Aaron and the rulers of Yashrael, being 12 men, conducted. There was a man for each tribe. They were according to the tribe of the houses of their family. And the whole numbering of the children of Yashrael from their army with 20 years old and upward, everyone that goes out to set himself in battle, array in Yashrael, came to 600,000, 3,050. Yeah, 600. It's weirded in the Brenton's English translation. It's like it breaks it apart too much. Yeah, 603,550. So pretty much the same thing there. We're going to move on here to verse 47. The Levites exempt, obviously, and this is another thing I was going to touch on, but it's already verbatimly iterated here. Levites are not soldiers. They don't go out to war.
Right.
Verse 47. But the Levites of the tribe of their family were not counted among the children of Yashrael. Obviously, we know that because Yahuwah, they belong to Yahuwah. That's one of the reasons. Number two, they don't fight. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, see, you shall not muster the tribe of Levi, and you shall not make their numbers in the midst of the children of Yashrael. And you shall set up, and do you set the Levites over the tabernacle of witness, and over all its furniture, over all the things that are in it. They shall do service in it. They shall encamp around the tabernacle, meaning they're living near the tabernacle, around it. Okay, and in the removing the tabernacle, the Levites shall take it down, and in pitching the tabernacle, they shall set it up. And let the stranger that advances die, meaning a stranger is not supposed to go near, near the set apart place. Okay. And the children of Yashrael shall encamp every man in his own order, every man according to his company, with their armies or army. But let the Levites encamp round about the tabernacle witness, fronting it, and there shall be no sin among the children of Yashrael, and the Levites themselves shall keep the guard of the tabernacle of witness. Okay, last verse here, we're going to go to chapter 2. And the children of Yashrael did according to all that Yahuwah commanded Moshe and Aaron, so did they. I think this is extremely self-explanatory, this chapter, so I don't think we need to expound at all unless you have anything you want to bring up, Mom.
No. I find it interesting. I mean, having read this before, I guess I never noticed that the Levites, but it makes total sense. I mean, they are, Yahuwah's set apart.
And they can't die in war. So, I mean, there's a lot of purposes why they can't be soldiers. Number one, they have to serve the whole 50 years. Not 50 years, but
work hard. I mean,
they have to serve the whole 25 to 30 years.
Yeah.
In the service, so that means they can't die in war.
Right.
So that
makes perfect sense.
And think about it too, right? David, in a way, was kind of similar to that with his son Solomon, because Solomon did not serve in war.
Right.
Yahuwah gave him the service of building the temple. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of similar to that, even though he wasn't a Levite. It's a similar scenario where David, because he was a warrior, couldn't build the temple.
Right. But what I think is beautiful about that whole scenario, and I know Joshua and I have spoken about this before, is that you see that whole father and son thing again. Because David had such a zeal for wanting to build the temple. He had all the blueprints made. He had all the plans made up. I mean, this was not just something he had expressed from his mouth. He was making plans for this. And he had his set apart articles that he wanted to go into it. So even though David was gone, by the time Solomon built the temple, you still see that father and son thing going on there. So I think it's really beautiful.
Yeah. So, just see here. Get myself something to drink just to be sure I'm not.
Yep.
My mouth doesn't get dry.
That's a lousy feeling. Oh, okay, thanks, buddy.
All right, so let's move on to Numbers chapter 2. Like I said, I don't think there's anything to really expound on. Numbers chapter 2. The order of the tribes in their tents or tabernacles.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 1, and Yahuwah spoke to Moshe and Aaron, saying, let the children of Yasharel encamp fronting, every man keeping his own rank, according to standards, according to the houses of their families. The children of Yasharel shall encamp round about the tabernacle of witness, and they that encamp first toward the east, the order of the camp of Yehuda, with their army, and the prince of the sons of Yehuda, Nasan, son of Aminadab. His forces that were numbered were 74,600. Okay, 74,600. And they that encamped next of the tribe of Issachar, and the prince of the sons of Issachar, Nathaniel, the son of Zuar. Okay. His forces that were numbered 54,400. Okay, verse 7. And they that encamped next of the tribe of Zabulon, and the prince of the sons of Zabulon, Eliasaph, son of Helon. Okay. His forces that were numbered with 57,400. Okay. So 57,400. Moving on to Yehuda here. And all that were numbered of the camp of Yehuda were 180,600. Okay, so this is where it gets weird. I'm not going to lie here. I'm making a little note here because the way it's worded in other versions, it says 186,000. So there's a big problem there with the Masoretic text seems to be giving an extra 6,000 there. Masoretic text has 186,000. The Septuagint has 180,000. So that's just something I'm keeping my eye on.
Yeah.
Oh no, my bad. See, this is my pet peeve about translators here. Okay, don't sound redundant, because the LXXE here has 180,000 and 6,000. There's no reason to do that. That's why I'm getting confused here. Okay, both of them actually have 186,000. The LXXE, for some reason, it's a very weird English translation of that. Okay, and 400. So 186,400. They shall move first with their armies. Okay, my bad about that, guys. All right, verse 10. The order of the camp of Reuben, their forces towards the south, and the prince of the children of Reuben, Eliashur, the son of Sedor. Okay, verse 11. His forces that were numbered were 46,500. Okay, and they camped next to him, the tribe of Simeon, the prince of the sons of Simeon, Salamiel, the son of Zurishaddai. or Suri Shaddai. His forces that were numbered were 59,300. All right, verse 14. And they that encamped next to them, the tribe of Gad, and the prince of the sons of Gad, Eliasaph, the son of Raguel. Sounds similar to the name of Moshe's father-in-law, doesn't it? Wasn't his name like Reuel or something like that?
Jethro.
Or Jethro, okay. Because I think his father-in-law had two different names. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, verse 15. His forces that were numbered were 45,650. Okay, moving on to verse 16. Okay. All right. So we're at Numbers 2:16 here. All who were numbered of the camp of Reuben were 151,450. They with their hosts shall proceed in the second place. Okay, or second rank. And the tabernacle witness shall be set forward the camp of the Levites between the camps as they shall encamp, so also shall they commence their march, each one next in order to his fellow, according to their companies. Verse 18. The station of the camp of Ephraim westward with their forces, and the head of the children of Ephraim, Elisama, son of Ammiud. Interesting that the Samaritan has a there. So they're closer to the original Hebrew there. Interesting. So does the Aramaic. That's interesting. His forces that were numbered are 40,500. So 40,500. That's verse 19. You okay, Mom?
Yeah.
So verse 19, his forces were numbered are 40,500. Okay. Moving on to verse 20 in Numbers chapter 2. And they that encamped next of the tribe of Manasseh, the prince of the sons of Manasseh, Gamliel, son of Pedasur. Okay. Verse 21, his forces that were numbered were 32,200. Okay, moving on to verse 22 here. And they that encamped next of the tribe of Benjamin and the prince of the sons of Benjamin, Abidan, son of Gadoni. Okay. His forces that were numbered were 35,400. Man, my throat today. Verse 24. All that were numbered of the camp of Ephraim were 108,100. So 108,100. Okay. They with their forces or armies shall set out thirdly, or third rank. Okay, verse 25 here, Numbers chapter 2. The order of the camp of Dan northward with all their forces, and the princes of the sons of Dan, Ahiezer, the son of Ammishaddai. Okay, his forces that were numbered 62,700, and they that encamped next to him, the tribe of Asher, and the prince of the sons of Asher, Pagiel, the son of Akron. I just thought of something interesting here. This might not seem important, but when you get up to chapter 10 in Numbers, when it talks about how they're supposed to sound the trumpets when they go out to war, this makes a lot of sense. What he's doing right here, he's already showing them which tribe goes out first to war, which do this and that. And then when you get to Numbers 10 and it talks about sounding an alarm, okay, so you put these two chapters together, you kind of see the importance of this. Why who was telling them this before Numbers 10. And they that encamp next of the tribe of Naphtali, and the prince of the children of Naphtali, Akir, son of Anan. Verse 30. His armies that were numbered were 53,400. And all that were numbered of the camp of Dan, 157,600. They shall set out last according to their order. So basically, Dan is supposed to lead the encampment. Basically, that's the last tribe to leave, which is interesting. This is the numbering of the children of Yashrael according to the houses of their families, all the numbering of the camps with their forces. 603,550. All right, verse 33 here. But the Levites were not numbered with them, as Yahuwah commanded Moshe. Okay. And the children of Yashrael did all the things that Yahuwah commanded Moshe. Thus they encamped in their order, and thus they began their march in succession, each according to their divisions, according to the houses of their families. So I don't think there's anything to touch on from that chapter either. So we're going to be going into Numbers chapter 3 here. So now we're going to be dealing with the sons of Aaron, the Levites. Okay. Here we go. The sons of Aaron. These, the generations of Aaron and Moshe, in the day in which Yahuwah spoke to Moshe in Mount Sinai. And these, the names of the sons of Aaron, Nadab, the firstborn, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. These, the names of the sons of Aaron, anointed priests, whom they consecrated to the priesthood. Okay. Interesting that certain versions lack anointed. So I do want to make a little physical note for myself about that. So let's see here. So the LXX of Numbers 3:3 has anointed priests, as well as the Samaritan Pentateuch. Masoretic text seems to leave out. Does yours say anointed, Mom? Or when it talks about
yes.
that? Okay.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So, okay, so Masoretic text leaves out anointed, it seems like. Okay. Set apart to the priesthood or to minister. All right, verse 4. And Nadab and Abihu died before Yahuwah when they offered strange fire before Yahuwah in the wilderness of Sinai. And they had no children. And Eleazar and Ithamar ministered in the priest's office with Aaron their father. The Levites are given to the priests instead of the firstborn. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, take the tribe of Levi, verse 6 here we're at, chapter 3, verse 6. Take the tribe of Levi, and you shall set them before Aaron the priest, and they shall minister to him. So it's interesting. Aaron is kind of like being given the same inheritance as Yahuwah here, where Yahuwah beforehand said the Levites belong to him. So it's kind of interesting here. And shall keep his charges and the charges of the children of Yashrael before the tabernacle witness to do the works of the tabernacle. And they shall keep all the furniture of the tabernacle witness and charges of the children of Yasharel as to all the works of the tabernacle. So we're at verse 9 here. Just want to keep checking for anyone that's trying to get in here, just to make sure. Verse 9, and you shall give the Levites to Aaron and to his sons, the priests. They are given for a gift to me. The me there is referring to Yahuwah, of the children of Yasharel. Wow. I'm hoping this is a translation error. I notice a subtle difference here. The Masoretic seems to say him instead of me. Ooh. So what? They only belong to Aaron? They don't belong to Yahuwah? Whoop.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, screw up there.
Like I said, and the only way to save that for the defense of the Masoretic text is that these translators don't know the Hebrew that well, and they're mistranslating that word. That's the only way you can defend the Masoretic there. Anyway, moving on. Verse 10, and you shall appoint Aaron and his sons over the tabernacle of witness, and they shall keep their charge of priesthood in all things belonging to the altar and within the veil, and the stranger that touches them shall die. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, behold, I have taken the Levites from the midst of the children of Yasharel instead of every male that opens the womb from the children of Yasharel. They shall be their ransom, and the Levites shall be mine. From every firstborn mine, or is mine. The word is not really in the Greek, but it's kind of implied. For every firstborn is mine. In the day which I smote every firstborn in the land of Egypt, I set apart to myself every firstborn in Yasharel, both man and beast. They shall be mine. I, Yahuwah, or I am Yahuwah. Okay. All right. So now it talks about they're numbered according to their families. So now we're going to get a census for the Levites here. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe in the wilderness of Sinai, saying, oh, come on, go away, Epoch, go away. Take the number of the sons of Levi according to the houses of their families, according to their divisions. Number ye them, every male from a month old and upwards. And Moshe and Aaron numbered them by the word of Yahuwah, as Yahuwah commanded them. Make a little note about that. It says, by the word of Yahuwah. It's interesting. Verse 17, and these were the sons of Levi by their names, Gershom, Kohath, and Merari. And these, the names of the sons of Gershom, according to their families, Lobani and Simei. And the sons of Kohath, according to their families, Amram and Izhar and Hebron and Uziel. And the sons of Merari, according to their families, Muli, Mushi. These are the families of the Levites according to the houses of their families. All right, now we're up to verse 21. Okay, the families, number, and charge of the Gershonites. So now this is getting to the sons of Gershon. To Gershon belongs the family of Lobani, the family of Shimei. These are the families of Gershon, or the Gershonites. Verse 22. The numbering of them according to the number of every male from a month old and upwards, their numbering 7,500. All right, here. And the sons of Gershon shall encamp westward behind the tabernacle. And the ruler of the household of the family of Gershon, Eliasaph, the son of Dael, And the charge of the sons of Gershon in the tabernacle of witness, the tent and the veil, and the covering of the door of the tabernacle of witness, and the curtains of the court, and the veil of the door of the court, which is by the tabernacle, and the remainder of all its works. To Kohath, one division, that of Amram, and another division, that of Issachar, and another division, that of Hebron, and another division, that of Uziel. These are the divisions of Kohath, or the Kohathites. Every male from a month old and upward, 8,600, keeping the charges of the set apart things. The families of the sons of Kohath shall camp beside the tabernacle toward the south. The chief of the house of the families of the divisions of Kohath, Eliasaphan, son of Uziel, and their charge, the ark and table and the candlestick and the altars and all the vessels of the sanctuary wherewith they do set apart service, and the veil and all their works. And the chief of the Levites, Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest, appointed to keep the charges of the set apart things. Okay. Of the Merarites, verse 33. To Merari, the family of Mushi and Muli, these are the families of Merari. Damn my throat today. The mustering of them according to the number, every male from a month old and upwards, is 6,050. Huh. Interesting. Now, this is a definite difference here. Numbers 3:34. LXX has 6,050. The Masoretic text seems to have 6,200. That's what I'm looking at. So there is a difference there. Okay. Sorry, guys.
Want me to read for a little bit?
Yeah, can you pick up at verse 35, Mom?
Okay. 35.
Let me know if you need some more light.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay. The leader of the families of the Merarite clan was Zuriel, son of Abihail. They were to camp on the north side of the tabernacle. The Merarites were appointed to take care of the frames of the tabernacle, the crossbars, posts, bases, all its equipment, and everything related to their use, as well as the posts of the surrounding courtyard with their bases, tent pegs, and ropes. Moshe and Aaron and his sons were to camp to the east of the tabernacle, toward the sunrise, in front of the tabernacle. They were responsible for the care of the sanctuary on behalf of the Israelites. Anyone else who approached the sanctuary was to be put to death. The total number of Levites counted at Yahuwah's command by Moshe and Aaron, according to their clans, included every male a month old or more, was 22,000. Yahuwah said to Moshe, count all the firstborn Israelite males who are a month old or more, and make a list of their names. Take the Levites for me in place of all the firstborn of all the Israelites, and the livestock of the Levites in place of all the firstborn of the livestock of the Israelites. I am Yahuwah. So Moshe counted all the firstborn of Israel as Yahuwah commanded him. The total number of firstborn males a month old or more, listed by name, was 22,273. Yahuwah also said to Moshe, take the Levites in place of all the firstborn of Yisrael and the livestock of the Levites in place of their livestock. The Levites are to be mine. I am Yahuwah. To redeem the 273 firstborn Yasharites who exceed the number of the Levites, collect 5 shekels for each one according to the sanctuary. Shekel which weighs 20 gerahs. Give the money to the redemption of the additional Yasharites to Aaron and his sons. So Moshe collected the redemption money from those who exceeded the number redeemed by the Levites. From the firstborn to the Yasharites, he collected silver weighing 1,365 shekels, according to the sanctuary shekel. Moshe gave the redemption money to Aaron and his sons as he was commanded by the word of Yahuwah. Okay, chapter 4, the Kohathites. Yahuwah said to Moshe and Aaron, take a census of the Kohathite branch of the Levites by their clans and families. Count all the men from 30 to 50 years of age who come to serve in the work of the tabernacle. This is the work of the Kohathites in the tent of meeting, the care of the most set apart things. When the camp is to move, Aaron and his sons are to go in and take down, the shielding curtain and cover the ark of the testimony with it. Then they are to cover this with hides of sea cows, spread a cloth of solid blue over that, and put the poles in place. Over the table of the presence, they are to spread a blue cloth and put on it the plates, ladles, and bowls, and the jars for drink offerings. The bread that is continually there is to remain in it. Over these, they are to spread a scarlet cloth, cover that with hides of sea cows, and put its poles in place. They are to take a blue cloth and cover the lampstand that is for light, together with its lamps, its wicks, trimmers, and trays, and all its jars for the oil used to supply it. Then they are to wrap it and all its accessories in a covering of hides of sea cows and put it on a carrying frame. Over the gold altar, they are to spread a blue cloth and cover that with hides of sea cows and put its poles in place. They are to take all the articles used for ministering in the sanctuary, wrap them in a blue cloth, cover that with hides of sea cows, and put them on a carrying frame. They are to remove the ashes from the bronze altar and spread a purple cloth over it. Then they are to place on it all the utensils used for ministering at the altar, including the fire pans, meat forks, shovels, and sprinkling bowls. Over it, they are to spread a covering of hides of sea cows and put its poles in place. After Aaron and his sons have finished covering the set-apart furnishings and all the set-apart articles, and when the camp is ready to move, the Kohathites are to come to do the carrying, but they must not touch the set-apart things or they will die. The Kohathites are to carry the things that are in the tabernacle. Eleazar, son of Aaron, the priest, is to have charge of the oil for the light, the fragrance incense, the regular grain offering, and the anointing oil. He is to be in charge of the entire tabernacle and everything in it, including its set-apart furnishings and articles. Yahuwah said to Moshe and Aaron, see that the Kohathite tribal clans are not cut off from the Levites, so that they may live and not die when they come near the most set-apart things.
Do this for them. Aaron and his sons are to go into the sanctuary and assign to each man his work and what he is to carry. But the Kohathites must not go in to look at the set apart things, even for a moment, or they will die. Okay, the Gershonites. Yahuwah said to Moshe, take a census also of the Gershonites by their families and clans. Count all the men from 30 to 50 years of age who come to serve in the work of the tabernacle. This is the service of the Gershonite clans as they work and carry burdens. They are to carry the curtains of the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, its covering, and the other covering of hides of sea cows, the curtains for the entrance to the tent of meeting, the curtains of the courtyard surrounding the tabernacle and altar, the curtains for the entrance, the ropes, and all the equipment used in its service. The Gershonites are to do all that needs to be done with these things. All their service without, whether carrying or doing the work, is to be done under the direction of Aaron and his sons. You shall assign to them as their responsibility all they are to carry. This is the service of the Gershonite clans at the tabernacle. These duties are to be under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron, the priest. Okay, the Merarites. Counting the Merarites by their clans and families, count all the men from 30 to 50 years of age who come to serve in the work at the tabernacle. This is their duty as they perform service at the tabernacle to carry the frames of the tabernacle, its crossbars, posts, and bases, as well as the poles of the surrounding courtyard with their bases, tent pegs, ropes, all their equipment, and everything related to their use. Assign to each man the specific thing he is to carry. This is the service of the Mezarite clans as they work at the tabernacle. Unless the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron, the priest. Under the direction, of Ithamar, son of Aaron, the priest. Moshe, Aaron, and the leaders of the community counted the Kohathites by their clans and families. All the men from 30 to 50 years of age who came to serve in the work in the tabernacle were counted by clans were 2,750. This was the total of all those in the Kohathite clans who served in the tabernacle. Moshe and Aaron counted them according to Yahuwah's command through Moshe. The Gershonites were counted by their clans and families. All the men from 30 to 50 years of age who came to serve in the work of the tabernacle, counted by their clans and families, were 2,630. This was the total of those in the Gershonite clans who served at the tabernacle. Moshe and Aaron counted them according to Yahuwah's command. The Merarites were counted by their clans and families. All the men from 30 to 50 years of age who came to serve in the work of the tabernacle, counted their clans, were 3,200. This was the total of those in the Merarite clans. Moshe and Aaron counted them according to Yahuwah's command through Moshe. So Moshe, Aaron, and the leaders of Yisrael counted all the Levites by their class and families. All the men from 30 to 50 years of age who came to do the work of serving and carrying the tent of meeting numbered 8,580. At Yahuwah's command through Moshe, each was assigned his work and told what to carry. Thus, They were counted as Yahuwah commanded Moshe.
All right. So, yeah, so that's the last chapter of the Numbers portion there. So as you see, the past couple of chapters, we're dealing with the Levites, their duties with the tabernacle. Let's see, the fact that they're supposed to be replacing the firstborn, so on and so forth. So just trying to think if there's anything from the last chapter my mom read to.
I have something in my mind that I just find interesting. And we see it with, Joseph from Egypt was 30 years old when he began working for Pharaoh. We see that, Yahushua was in his 30s when his ministry began. And I'm just noticing, this 30 to 50. 30 seems to be.
Well, 30 is actually incorrect.
Oh. Okay.
Septuagint has 25. First of all, to me, it doesn't make sense that you're starting at 30. You're only serving for 20 years. That, to me, just makes no logical sense.
Okay. All right.
Because if that's the case, then you only have Levites serving for about 20 years and then they're retired. To me, that doesn't make any sense. No, 25 to me makes a little bit more sense because they're you got to start them young. First of all, Yahuwah would have to give them all these commands. To wait until they're almost 30, that's kind of ridiculous to me. That, I don't know, that doesn't make much sense to me. That's so you're only going to have Aaron for 20 years, and then you got to start his son up, and you would have to wait. There would be like a gap. It wouldn't even make any sense to me because think about it. If you can't start him until 30, and once Aaron's 50, who's going to come after him? If he's retired at 50, you can't do anything anymore. So who's going to come in next, You can't start them at 30, Mom. You have to start them at 25. Because realistically, by the time he's 50, right, one of his sons is going to be 25 at that point. It just makes sense. It's like constant order. It's right after one another rather than a gap of 5 years of no one to serve. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make any logical sense to me. That's me anyway. I don't think it makes much sense to wait until 30 to start them. But yeah, I just wanted to make a note of that. Yes, in the Masoretic it says 30, but not in the Septuagint. The Septuagint says 25. So there is a difference there. So realistically, also, Yahushua didn't wait until 30 or 33 to be in quote-unquote ministry. He was already learning at the temple when he was supposedly in his adolescence. He was already knowing more in the temple than the rabbis did. So most likely even though like tradition says his ministry, quote unquote, him actually going out and getting disciples didn't happen until he was in his 30s. Most likely in his late 20s, he was already starting to become some type of a leader. I doubt, Mom, he was waiting until his 30s to become a prophet. I seriously doubt that. That again, that's tradition. We don't know for a fact when he started actually becoming active in ministry, when exactly that point was. He could have been getting active when he was like 25 or 28 for all we know. We really don't know. So to me, it doesn't make much sense. He's going to wait until 30, or Yahuwah would wait until 30 for the Levites. That's just my opinion. I don't think it makes much sense.
I think he gave his sermons when he was 12.
Yeah. Because then you're saying that Aaron and his generation, you're only going to have him serving for 20 years. That doesn't make any sense. They would, I think, closer to 30 years in the service would have made a lot more sense. Starting them at 25, you at least get him for almost 3 decades before his sons would take over. I don't know. To me, the Septuagint makes a little bit more sense. You get an extra 5 years. So most likely by the time he's done at 50, you got, his sons, one of his sons being 25. So to me, it makes a little bit more sense. But anyway, let me see here. Another difference I've noticed here is, I didn't notice before, is that blue, for the type of cloth in the LXX, if you look at Numbers 3 verse 11, blue, or not 3 verse 11, 4 verse 11, the Masoretic seems to, or it's either, I wonder if that's a translation error, because I'm noticing blue is there for the Septuagint, blue is there for the Samaritan Pentateuch, purple is there for the Targum Onkelos. So I'm wondering if that's a translator issue or if that's an actual manuscript issue. That's what I'm noticing there. Because the Samaritan Pentateuch agrees with the LXX that it should be blue, not purple. And thank you, phone, for keep falling down for no reason whatsoever. All right. Yeah, so the LXX has blue. So it would say, they shall put a blue cloth for a cover on the golden altar, and shall cover it with a blue skin and put it in its staves or carrying poles. So for whatever reason, certain texts disagree and say purple. I don't know why that would be the case. So, but the LXX and the Samaritan Pentateuch both say blue. Let me see here. Minister in set apart place, cloth blue skin. Okay. Yeah. See, the purple cloth in the LXX, they don't start talking about it until verse 13 in that chapter.
So the ashes, right.
Yeah.
The ashes
So it's weird, like, that's another revisionist thing. I think with the Masoretic, they start confusing blue for purple. I've noticed that with the tassels too. If you look at the Hebrew word for blue in the Masoretic, it's actually not blue, it's violet. So they change certain things like that. Where if you look at the word in the Greek, it's talking about a deep sea blue, not a violet. So yeah, that's just interesting. Just kind of skimming through what my mom just read here. Kohath bearing the tabernacle. Okay. Then it's talking about the grain offerings. Okay. It talks about the menorah a couple of times in the chapter. You shall not destroy the family of Kohath. So showing that, you got to be very careful. Only certain descendants of Aaron can go up to the altar. So if you do this, they will live and not die. Aaron and his sons advance. So like Aaron and his direct sons have to go to inside the most set apart place and all that. And they shall by no means go in to look suddenly upon the set apart things and die. And then it talks about the duty of the Gershonites. Okay. Tabernacle witness. Okay. To do the works in the tabernacle. Okay. The cover of the door of the tabernacle witness, curtains of the court, which were upon the tabernacle witness and appendages, all the vessels of service that they minister, which they shall attend to, according to the direction of Aaron, and his sons shall be the ministry of the sons of Gershon in all their ministries and in all their works, and you shall take account of them by name in all things borne by them. This service of the sons of Gershon in the tabernacle witness, and they're charged by the hand of Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest. The Merarites, the son of Merari, according to the families, according to the houses and their lineage, take ye the number of them. So then it talks about the Merarites and all that. See, 20 years old and upwards. Actually, interesting. The for other duties, you can be 20 years old and upwards. So the Merarites, it says in the LXX, it says 20 years old and upwards. So this is a difference of 10 years if you think about it. So again, the big problem, in my opinion, is what's going to happen when they get to 50 and Merari needs a son of his to take over. I doubt they're going to wait 10 years to pick someone. There's a problem there if the next person that takes over has to be 30, then you're waiting. Technically, the son is only like 19, 20 at the time. You have a decade where no one can take over. So, that's why I think that's why I think it's a significant difference from 20 to 50 versus 30 to 50. So anyway, it's, but that's like some of the major differences I see in these chapters here. These are charges unborn according to the works in tabernacle witness, chapters tabernacle, okay. Talks about the sockets, the pillars, the curtain of the door, and all that. Born of things born by them, cords, instruments, okay. This is the administration of the family of Merari. Then it obviously goes to the Kohathites. So I'm glad I'm kind of skimming through this because I'm seeing a lot of differences here. Verse 35, again, LXX has 20 years old. Masoretic text has 30. And so very interesting. And the number of them, according to their families, was 2,750. These are numbering of the family of the Kohathites. Everyone that ministers in the tabernacle witness as Moshe and Aaron, number them by the word of Yahuwah, by the hand of Moshe. So very interesting. I see like a bias here with the Samaritan Pentateuch that I just noticed. Instead of saying by the word of Yahuwah, it's either the Samaritan Pentateuch or the translator. It says according to the commandment of Yahuwah by the hand of Moshe. So it's kind of like trying to push out the word of Yahuwah there from that verse, Yahusha from that verse, because you'll see in the Unkelos, it says by the word of Yahuwah, by the hand of Moshe, by the word of Yahuwah, LXX. So there's a difference when you just talk about commandment versus this person called the word of Yahuwah. So to me, that was kind of intentional. Knowing what the Samaritans believe today, that kind of makes sense. What was going on with that. So just make a little note of that. LXX, Kalos. All right. Sons of Gershon were numbered according to the house of lineage. Okay. 30 years old and upwards. See now, and so again, the 20 verses 30 years old there again, we're seeing. So this happens a lot. According to the numbering of them, families according to the houses, their lineage, 2,630. This is the number of the family of the Gershon, sons of Gershon, everyone who ministers in the tabernacle witness whom Moshe, Aaron numbered by the word of Yahuwah, by the hand of Moshe. Yeah, and we see the same problem right there with the Samaritan Pentateuch trying to get rid of the word of Yahuwah there. I really like how the Unkelos says it. It says, Aaron numbered by the mouth of the word of Yahuwah. So the word of Yahuwah is not just his mouth. The word of Yahuwah is an actual person. Okay. And of the Merarites. Okay. So the sons of Merari were according to their division, according to the house of their fathers. Okay, so obviously we see that again as a issue here with the 20 versus 30 years old in verse 43. The number of them according to the family 3,200. So the sons of Merari, whom Moshe and Aaron numbered by the word of Yahuwah, by the hand of Moshe. All that were numbered, whom Moshe and Aaron and the rulers of Yashar numbered, the Levites according to their families, according to their house of their lineage. Okay, from 25 years old and upward till 50 years old, everyone that goes into the service the words and things that are carried in the tabernacle of witness. And they that were numbered were 8,580. Okay. He reviewed them by the word of Yahuwah by the hand of Masha. Okay. Appointed each man severally, severely over their work and over their burdens, and they were numbered as Yahuwah commanded Masha. So that's pretty much the end of our numbers portion for today. We're going to be going into, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be going into the prophets portion at this point. Okay, so we'll just look back at what we're reading today. Okay. So we got, so we did numbers 1 to 4. Okay, let me just look at why I keep getting these notifications. All right. So hold on a second, guys. Go on to my Kindle just to backtrack and see where we're going next. Okay. Yeah, that's, I don't know why it won't come out. Okay, now, all right. Okay, so I believe we should be doing the prophets portion next, though, from what I remember. Oh, yeah, that's right. I wrote it down here. I think no, I didn't. I'm all
disheveled.
Yeah. 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 To use a Yiddish word there. Yeah. Hosea chapter 2. That's what I thought. I thought we were at the prophets portion. So we're gonna get back on, guys, but definitely want to do a whole new recording for that. So we'll be going into Hosea chapter 2 soon. So please stay tuned, everyone. We'll be back there soon. We'll be back on soon to be doing that. And let me just make sure this is on the right camera here. Oh, there we go. So we'll be back, everyone. Just stay tuned. We'll be back shortly. Shalom. Shabbat shalom.